Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Glad you're here. We are. Oh, I'm going to have my cat here apparently. This is Henry. Henry will be going away here shortly. He's sort of a needy cat, so he may do some weird things. And please don't judge his masculinity on his how much he will act like a weirdo here. I will keep him busy thinking other thoughts. Mostly he's here because he's supposed to be taking his nap, and he did not get a nap. He decided, no, I'm going to be hang around, and now he's a mess. And so probably once we start playing music, he will actually go away. Let's get here, open and link a new tab. I'm posting our link to get in here on the website. Our website is jollyrogerukulele.com. From there you will find our daily schedule and the sheet music necessary to be a successful no, don't jump up, don't do that, that's weird. People will think you're weird. They will judge your character. Here, just sit down. Yeah, don't be a weirdo. Okay. All right, so the link is on the site. And then, yeah, that's good. That's a good cat. Okay, all right. Oh my goodness, why do we put up with them? I don't know. I've had cats my whole life, my whole entire life, and they are awesome. Let's see, this guy's been really awesome. All right, let's see. I've got us tweeted. Good enough. Ukulele for Rascals, sure, we'll tweet that. All right, so hey everybody, welcome in. Let me close Twitter out. Oh well, a bunch of you already are here. My goodness, we're even starting early. Kay says hi, Henry. Elizabeth and Sandy are in on. Yeah, you gotta go, dude. Carol is here. Henry does not like Rascals. He is a sweetheart. He's one of the nicest cats I've ever met. It's crazy. Cindy's here. They're all saying hi to you. I'm the star, not you. Nancy's in. Linda, sounds good. Sunshine this afternoon. 63, beautiful up in Vancouver. Bruce is in. Sunny and hot. 92 in Virginia. Oh my gosh, Bruce. Brutal. Let's see. The newest sensation on YouTube. There's Lynn's in. Ronnie in from New Mexico. Aloha 62. Jennifer. May the 4th be. I honestly, you guys, I literally this morning they're like, oh yeah, it's May the 4th. I'm like, oh, Star Wars Day, and I looked in my computer, and I got all these partial starts and all this different that and all this. Years ago, for the full orchestra, we did a Star Wars medley, which it was pretty well received. But in my computer, I got just all these sort of pieces and parts of this and that I've done over the years. I was going to give you a Star Wars song today, but I didn't have anything I got tossed together without hours of work. So someday we'll do a whole Star Wars thing. Nancy, yeah, he is a cool cat. Evelyn, good to see you. Linda in from Colorado Springs, making her way into Tuff-er. Donna, hey Donna, yeah, he's okay. Sound is good. Hey Vic, I told Vic that I can't find any vacation rentals up near her when Donna wants to come see her family up in Oregon. So I just told Vic, yeah, we're gonna just come sleep on your floor. She's like, okay, fine. Pauline. All right. Hey, Pauline. Cat's in. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry I missed last night. Rob and I take care of our old mothers. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cat, thanks for doing that. Seriously, those of us that have been around a while, we all know you end up having to you get signed up to be caretakers of your parents. They don't tell you this until you're about 45, and then you're like, oh, by the way, this is something you're going to be doing. And you're like, I kind of wish somebody would give me a heads up on this. This is a lot of work and a lot of hard work. So thank you for those of you, most of you guys have had to do stuff with your parents, and so you know that there's good days and bad days with that. And it's work that has to be done. Florida has decided to go right past spring into summer, 93 and steamy. Nancy, yeah, Nancy, we're reading all sorts of news coming out of Florida. Glad you're doing well. Let's see, Jacqueline is here. North Padre. Oh, that's right. Jacqueline's up in North Padre, Brat. So welcome in. And Michelle it's not now sunny up in Rockaway. Sweet. Clay's in from Northern California, and don't do that with the microphone. Today is Dave Brubeck Day. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, okay. Dave Brubeck, Star Wars, all pretty much the same thing. Playing in your bag. I know we camp out, right? You guys are used to that. Vicky, Bozeman is 58 and cloudy, getting a little bit back to normal. I want to say hello from an island, right? All right, guys. So let's wrap it. Let's get rid of the cat and let's get going on this. I had, for some reason, just skipped over Aupre de Meublon when we did the French cleanup, and so I want to run through that. I think the reason I skipped it is that I got cat hair all over me now. There he goes. Had his attention. He's taken his 15 minutes of fame. I skipped over Aupre de Meublon because I thought, oh, that's that stupid Elvis song. But then last night, as I was looking through, what should I finish up on this page? I played through it, and I'm like, well, this is a lovely tune. Why don't we play that? So we're going to play that first, Aupre de Meublon. And so pull that one up, get it for ukulele first. And then you have a new arpeggio. The arpeggio today is actually pretty straightforward. It's not really that much more difficult than some. It's not. Usually as you get into these weirder keys, they get harder and harder to play. But this one's not that way. This one's not too bad. And so we'll knock that one out here shortly. Probably be out of here a tiny bit early. Let's see. Aupre de Meublon. Where are you? Aupre. RST. There it is. Ukulele version first. Also, guys, book 2 on the open site there is basically, it's about as done as I'm going to get it for right now. So starting next week already, we'll start focusing in on book 3, which is in the member section. So as I've told you guys, those of you guys who come every day, you'll be fine. It doesn't matter whether you're a member or not, you'll get the stuff. But those of you who are irregular attendees, you will find that the sheet music sort of disappears off the front of the website, and it's going to be housed in the member section. That way, that gives us a chance to do stuff that is 4 years old and younger, stuff from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Is a lot of decades there of good music that we've done it. We did quite a bit early on, and we haven't done any for a while. Because I was really focused in on getting the stuff for public consumption available. But I'm looking at book 2 right now. I mean, you think about what you got sitting there. I'll clean up the Americana section when we get closer to 4th of July, but you got a full section of cowboy stuff and nice things or just celebratory songs. That amazing amount of Irish music that we did. Got some really solid classical music, some stuff from France, some stuff from Italy, some stuff from with Spanish heritage to it. I will do a little bit more on some of the spiritual stuff. I got a couple of suggestions from you guys. Stephen Foster, I think long term I will get that stuff cleaned up for baritone as well. We like it as ukulele players, but it's sort of frowned upon right now, and it won't be that way forever, but I will eventually clean it up. I'm just not in a huge rush to get that done. And then that Tin Pan Alley section is ridiculous, and it will continue to grow, guys. Anything that's 1920, I think we're on 1927 now, and older I can put into that Tin Pan Alley section, and so that will continue to grow a little bit. As you guys know, that's my thing, is Tin Pan Alley. So what will be happening now is that we'll be looking at those things we've done in the past in book 3, the more modern music, and be getting all that cleaned up. And so that will stuff again. If you're not able to come every day, you might check the website out once a week or so just to make sure if there's new music on there that you get that into your books or just download it into your files. But then after we're done with it at the end of the week, rather than it lingering, it will get put into the member section where it will stay. It's just copyright issues and all that stuff. I got to be mindful of that. That we don't want. I do respect copyright, and I want to make sure that when we do modern music, that if you decide, yep, I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to pay the fee to the composer and get the license and all that, it's super complicated and super weird that you'd have to do it. As a teaching experience, I can do whatever I want, but once I can't just leave it sitting around on the website in open position. Most of you guys know that. So Amy and Laurel made it in. Good to see you guys. Aupre de Mon Blonde. We did this with the French music. It's from the 17th century. A pretty old piece of music. Probably, right? Used to be about a completely different thing. The French words are very sweet. It's about, birds in the garden. It's lovely, and they sound great. And Elvis did a Rascal version. That's why I put Rascal in our title today. Elvis did one where he's true to the girl that he loves, and he has a girl in every different town he goes to. And of course, then there's all these horrible stereotypes. That Brunhilde is in Frankfurt, and she can lift a piano, and Maria in Naples, she can cook. So if you're looking for stereotypes that are ridiculous, here's your song. And so let's double check that our chords are good. F chord, D minor. Some of you guys, occasionally I have to remind people, D minor, just add your ring finger. A minor, and F chord. D minor, A minor, F chord. And then notice, guys, if you're going along and you're in F, D minor, F, D minor, and then all of a sudden you see a regular D major, okay, the song's about to change there, right? So at 17, it goes to D major, and then G minor sneaks in there, and then a C, and then it finally goes back to the main idea at 24 in your regular F, A minor, C, D minor. So you'll hear it in the song. That's kind of the fun part about knowing about how music works, is you can just look through that and you're like, I don't even know this song, but I know at 17 something exciting is going to happen. And so we'll see what happens when we actually get there. Let's play through the melody, make sure we know what's going on in the melody. I had forgotten that we had worked on this song, and the melody is wonderful. It's really quite catching. Linda made it in. She was celebrating her birthday last night, and so she says, well, I can go play jazz on the ukulele, or I can go get drunk and pick fights. And so she chose the latter. So she's here, hangover and a black eye. Good to see you, Linda. All right, let's play the melody. 3/8. Don't see that often. That means 3 beats in every measure, but an eighth note equals 1. And so we don't. I usually, when we start talking about time and meters and that sort of stuff, I say don't worry about the bottom number. All you need to know is the top number. 3 beats per measure. The problem is when you're an eighth, it's a 3/8 here. It can be confusing, right, as to what counts as 1, because we don't usually count an eighth note as 1, but in this case we do, which means quarter notes are equal to 2. And it's just one more thing they did to us to make life harder. From the top, 2-beat count in, and we'll just play the melody once. If I play it well, we'll just play it once. If I play it poorly, we'll play it twice. Baritone players, you're grabbing your chords, 3 beats per measure. 1, 2. Page did not turn at all. Here we go. Keep going. 24. cute. It's such a cute little melody. Not hard to play. Okay, if you got your fives, you'll reach up to the fives to get your pinky, but otherwise you're just going to play that in first position. So let's walk through the Tuff acts, Tuff uke, and start with your F chord, of course, as always. Hit the 1, and then a strum. And then this is a little hard to get to that 1 and then back to the F. I find that super annoying. You can either roll down to get to 1 or just lift up and put it on 1. I haven't figured out what's the best solution there. So there's the... Let's start from the 1 again. Go. F chord. Ring finger on 3. Little F. D minor. Just add your ring. O. You're already got your 2 on the A minor. It's already, your middle of the finger is already in the right place. So just add your pinky. Slide it up to 5. And then go back to your F chord. So you haven't had to move your middle finger at all. Now let's talk about that. Can you do that, right? Is a middle finger and then the pinky on 5 going to happen for you? And for a lot of you, the answer is like, no, that's not happening. So and then you, of course, will have to do extra work by putting your index finger and your pinky finger. But if you can stretch, and if your hand will accommodate it, just leave your middle finger planted, and then that keeps the sound rolling through. But it is quite a bit of a stretch to get your pinky up there. I'd say long term, this is not an unreasonable stretch and something you probably want to be working toward doing. But not everybody's hand is built the same, and not all of us have the same amount of arthritis, that sort of thing. So just do it. If that's not going to happen, just switch out for your index finger, and then relift everything back up and grab your F chord with your pinky at 7. Go. And then don't rush that, and then keep going for the next idea. Same thing is repeated. Ready, play. Okay, and then now here's where we talked about the chord change. Listen to the difference in the overall song. So far it's sort of easy to get along with, very pretty. Blah 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 blah. Right? Nothing too crazy. Now listen to how crazy this gets. It's so do the 3 and then grab that D chord at 17. So do the pickup. 1, 2. You hear how much brighter it gets? So just that 4 little measures there, but it's just a whole, like you could tell, like that D chord, it signals we're going to have a much bigger, much prettier, much friendlier, much happier moment in the song, and then we're going to drop you right back into the main idea at 24. And so let's play from 24. 1, 2, 3. And I set the MB3 to be 3 times through, play it twice, and then go to the end on the 3rd time through, which is how we'll play it. But you can pick, if you're thinking, well, I want to do the Elvis version, you to do that 3 times. If you want to do the English words, you do that 3 times. If you're only interested in just learning, making sure you can play the song just 1 time through and doing the French word. Those of you who know French, right, it's very French. Dans les jardins, whoa, 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 whoa. I shouldn't have. I should not make fun of that. All right, let's play from the top. Baritones, you know what you're doing. Let's play it through 3 times and then to the end. 1, 2. To be counting. 1, 2. say 3 times? Let's do it one more time. I think I said 3. Last time. Try your claw plucking. Try your claw. See how you do with that. Ready? 1, 2. So it works with claw as well. Kind of cute. There. So there's 3 times through. That's the song. It's cute. If you read the French, the English translation of the French words, it's really sweet. In my father's garden, the lilacs are in bloom. I'm in my father's garden, the lilacs are in bloom. The birds from all the world come to make their tiny nest. I'm here with my girlfriend, it is good, it's good, it's good. I'm here with my girlfriend, it is good to sleep. Sleep? What? Wait, what's going on in that garden exactly? All right, let's grab the baritone version of this. And Ellis's version is I love only one girl, the girl that's in my arm, my arm. I love only one girl in every town. So I don't know. Maybe it's this similar thought process. Where's the baritone version of this guy? Aupre de Montbron, baritone. All right, and again, we had this conversation in foundations class, and I do want to make sure you guys are clear on this. If you are on baritone and you switch to the baritone and you've been playing chords, now when you switch to Tuff uke on your version, your shapes are exactly the same as on ukulele. So if those of you guys that are thinking, hey man, I got to teach my nephew to play or something like that, but he's got giant hands, get him a baritone. It's exactly the same. There's the same exact everything. It's just the names of the chords are different. So this shape on ukulele is an F. We call it F. It's just a random name, okay? F. This shape on a baritone is called C, but it's the same shape, okay? So hopefully that's getting clearer and clearer as we go along. Ukulele players, you're in tall cotton here, right? C chord, A minor, E minor, da, 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 da. Make sure you know that one. That's going to come up. E minor, C chord. Now you got your A chord right here, right? So that looks like a D chord. You're ignoring that. Your D minor is right here. There's the baritones is down here. Yours is here. G chord on ukulele, and that's it, right? So your chords, ukulele-wise, are actually pretty sweet on this. Okay, baritone players, let's do exactly what we just did. Try to keep it a jaunty pace to it. Really, really challenging, however, when that position, that 2005 on baritone is really a stretch, and I know how I am. I'm thinking, oh gosh, I'm not going to make that stretch in proper timing. So I'm almost certainly going to switch out my E minor to that so that I got a little extra stretch there. Sometimes I'm feeling it and I'm like, yep, especially when I'm warmed up and my hands are really been playing a little while, there's no question I would do that. But at this point I'm like, well, it's the first time through on the song, probably going to cheat a little bit, slide this over, get this, and then get back to my C chord with the pinky. Let's give it a try. 3 times through. Gary will remember this time. 1, 2. One more last time. Cute. It's a cute little tune. That's totally a book 2 song. Song you never heard of that sounds awesome on ukulele. All right, let's grab the arpeggios. So E flat on ukulele. E flat's a pretty uncommon chord. We don't spend a ton of time playing an E flat, and it is definitely an E flat will come up as an individual chord here and there, but in terms of playing in the actual key, we usually don't, and we would do so even less so on the baritone. But this shape. The reason this will come up is because on baritone, this particular shape is a B flat, and B flat does come up as the key we play in. And so you may find it'll come up once in a while, not very often though. Okay, so you get your E flat, G minor, you know, we had it in the last song, F minor in 1013. Whenever I'm teaching little kids, I say there's one super scary chord. I can't teach it to you, and I make them wait about 2 or 3 lessons before I show them F minor. And I always say, okay, be careful because this will scare people. You put your index in your hair, you put your mouth in your hair, you put your finger there, and then listen, and I will create this moment, a huge moment. So I say, okay, here it comes, and they all, well, that's not scary. So this is how you scare children. You tell them it's scary. You say, that's not scary. You go, oh yes, it's terrifying. People hear that sound and they start looking around for ghosts. You know? So that's the scariest chord on ukulele. The other one, measure 7. A flat, right, does not come up in your normal everyday life, but it will come up in more advanced ukulele music. Here's your F chord, slide that up, bar on 3. There's A flat. I actually adore it. I think for some reason this plays on this. Every time I play an A flat on a ukulele, I'm like, oh, that's lovely, right? Because it's not a G and it's not an A. It's just lovely. And it's going to go, you're going to slide back to your B flat and then lift your middle finger up 1 to get you to B flat. Okay. And then the chord progression in this piece, it's interesting. I just repeated the same exact chord progression 3 times. So obviously I was running out of ideas. No, I think it was probably because I was fighting the shapes, right? The other thing on here is, we talked about this in one of the other pieces, not positive which one. We want to make rests sound like rest. They don't come up that often in well-arranged ukulele music, because those of us that know when you're arranging a ukulele, everything's an 8th note, more or less, everything, because your ukulele doesn't have a ton of sustain, and so when you do see a rest in ukulele music, you want to take it seriously. You want to make it mean something. Okay, Jennifer just said, "In My Father's Garden" is a wonderful song. It's a really, really nice little tune, and 17th century, you guys, that's awesome, right? And, hanging out in France, revolution is just wrapping up. Be beautiful. No, that's 18th century. 17th century is before the revolution. As it was, they still had kings and queens, and beheaded them all yet. E flat. Okay, and then so. The same thing as with staccato playing, a little bit. Staccato playing would be, That's not really what you're looking for. You want a quarter note. So make sure the note lasts for the full quarter, and then you have a real legitimate rest. And the way to do that is just to drop your hand back down and stop the strings from singing. But let them be full quarter notes and then full half note rest. It's easy to talk about. It's not necessarily that easy to pull it off. And then we're going to go to G minor, F minor, A flat, and B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. G minor. F minor. A flat. B flat. Okay. Double bar line indicates a new idea is coming, and in this case you're going to go back to your E flat, but now you have a different picking pattern and not a hard one. So let's do that. Ready? Play. G minor. F minor. A flat. B flat. Okay, and then you're going to repeat that first page. Fascinating to me. I have been playing ukulele a little while. I basically feel like I know what I'm doing here. I play those A flats, and then I go to my B flat, and I get the same thing that you guys play, right? Plonk. B flat, this bar chord up in fret number 1, and getting it on. It's a much harder thing to do than we give beginners credit for, right? Getting a clean tone out of fret 1 on a bar on fret 1 is challenging. So just be aware, if I'm still blowing it and I put in a tiny bit of time working on this instrument, then it's perfectly fine for you to blow it too. All right, 22. We won't play we'll go back and play the whole thing one time through. 22, there's a repeat. You got a little section here. We're going to repeat from 22 through 31. We'll play that section twice. Not right now, but we will next time we play this. E flat, and now you have some eighth notes sneaking in. So it's going to go bum, ba da bum, 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 ba da bum, bum. Okay, so let's play that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. G minor. F minor. A flat. B flat. Fighting my B flats today for some reason. And then so 3 different times through, the chord progression hasn't changed at all. When we get to 32, now you see that there's nothing here particularly interesting from a playing perspective. Again, same exact pattern. It's just that now we're dealing with all quarter notes, and we only get one shot at each chord. So let's see how it goes. And you have a B flat 7 in measure 37, which is bar on 1 in there. So that's how you're going to wrap it up. 38, you've got, not unimportantly, this is the E flat we usually think of as strummers. Index finger here and these two guys, that's E flat. As instrumentalists, I'm grabbing for that E flat every single time. Bar on 3, pinky on pinky. And I get a lot better E flat out of that one than this one. But you need to know both, right? So you got a bar chord E flat at the end. Let's play from 32 to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. A flat. B flat. Okay, and I left it as a pluck, right? You're theoretically you get 4 beats out of it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so on a relatively decent ukulele, you can get 4 beats. Okay, let's play it top to bottom, skipping all the repeats. Skip the repeats, and then we'll do the baritone version. You guys will be on your day. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Balk. Penalty. Error. A little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. And that's an E. Oh, I should put that in. Don't play it that way. Play what's written. All right. So I think this probably, one of the things I was probably working on when I wrote this was getting from the G minor to the F minor to the A flat. All of that requires a pretty legit focus. And yeah, so the key when you have a piece where it's not super complex in terms of its melodic issues and playability issues, you're really trying to focus in on getting things proper timing, like not missing any beats, not having a quarter note linger a little bit or racing something. You really want your overall pacing to be good. Ukulele players, well, everybody grab the baritone version. Ukulele players, you have tougher chords here, right? So you got your B flat, you got your D minor, your C minor is just that little partial bar, your E flat is there, you've just been working on that one, okay, and F chord, you know, and that's it. So just as we go through the remaining of these crazy arpeggios and these ridiculous keys, one of the things to be focusing in on as a ukulele player is, do I really know my chords just by name? Can I ignore that stupid little grid that Gary puts there? Do I know what a B flat looks like? Do I know what a D minor looks like? Do I know what the C minor looks like? And if you don't, take the time to start putting those to memory, because I don't think when I'm writing out music, I want it to be in whatever key works the best for a ukulele. And sometimes that's weird keys, and sometimes that means weird chords show up. I don't lose too much sleep over that because I know you guys are good, and you're either good or you're up for the challenge, right? One of the two. Really, this time? One of the things that it turns out, I tell everybody, buy a Snark because they never run out of batteries, and then I don't necessarily account for the fact that I'm using them all day long, every day, and they do go through batteries in this ridiculous environment. Here, oops, that one's fine. All right, I have more batteries. Don't worry. Here we go. From the top, ignore the repeats, and we'll be out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. baritone, of course, will ring on longer than 4 beats. Usually just take your palm, slide that up over the top of your saddle, stops the noise. Let's see. Lynn asks, it's interesting to see how you are using the G string when working arpeggios, for example, 22 through 31. 22 through 31. Yes, and you notice that here's what's fascinating. You take a look at 20. If you look at the high G ukulele, when I'm using that top string, I get a higher note, right? So you get this bing, beady, bing, bing. You get this kind of, if you look in the standard notation, you see a lot more melody going on. When we go to baritone, where it's got a low string there, it's a much simpler version. It's a much, in my mind, a less interesting sound. And so one of the things that you guys probably have figured out over time is that top string is a blessing and a curse. That top string allows you to get to some really close harmonies, but a lot of times you want to have a lower note there and it's not there. It just simply doesn't exist on your instrument, so you have to start going around looking for other ways to do that. The blessing is a lot of times you're thinking, wouldn't it be cool to have this little high note mixed in there with all the other stuff I'm doing, and it really does create a different texture. So it's fascinating, Lynn, that you mentioned that specifically. It's why I resisted forever putting these arpeggios into either low G or baritone, because I knew what would happen is that some of my melody would get eaten up in the process. It's a different melody. It's fine. I just don't think it's quite as interesting as the high G version. So yeah, thanks, Lynn. That's a good point. Warren made it in. Hey, Warren. He's in from Australia, you guys. Lynn, wow, the baritone version sounds really nice. Yeah, and a lot of times with our ears, we like that low sound. When your car drives down the street, boom, 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 boom. There's something to that, right? It's very primal, that lower voicing and the steady beat and all that. We like that. That's why we love the sound of a piano, right? Got all those low notes, or a guitar has all those low notes. We like that, but but not necessarily required all the time. But it does sound nice. Evelyn, thanks, Evelyn. Good to see you. Warren made it in. Love that baritone lately. We all do, right? Kat, love your arpeggios. They are fun to play and sound really beautiful and impressive. Sounds like I know what I'm doing. You do know what you're doing. Here's the thing. You didn't end up accidentally playing E flat major ukulele arpeggio. You didn't accidentally have that happen. You guys know what you're doing. You do know what you're doing, and it's exciting. I think with these pieces, again, I wrote them to teach myself, and there was definitely a learning curve and a process. By the time I'm at this level now, I'm playing pretty much at the level that I want to play for the rest of my life. So if you're playing at this level, you're at a level you can play at quite happily and quite comfortably the rest of your life. Every single day I'll put out a piece of sheet music, you'll sit down, you'll be able to play it. There's not going to be any huge surprises. I do know the biggest surprise, the biggest joyful surprise I see now on YouTube regularly, not just like once a month, but regularly, I see guys putting up pretty decent pieces of music, unique, different things up there now. You could tell most of them are fairly well trained. Most of them have a guitar back in their background. They're playing a guitar song on a ukulele, but there is actually this more advanced style of thinking about our instrument is creeping into the general population, and it's very exciting. We are really headed towards some exciting times for our instrument. It was exciting to see everybody all of a sudden buy one, 5-10 years ago, but it's different. It was brutal to watch how many people did not know what they were doing and really did a disservice for the instrument for a little while. That's not happening there as well. I think that's still happening, but I do think there's a lot of people playing really fine stuff, and you guys are there. You're not accidentally here playing this stuff. This is a high level, and we're going to see more and more of that. You're going to find your way of taking this information and these techniques and putting it into something that you're working on, either your own music or an arrangement of some music. Very exciting, I think, where we're going, and we're going to make this instrument get some respect. That's the one. That's it's always been a great instrument. It just because it's small, people think it's for kids, and it's really, you guys know way better that this is not. You wouldn't even let a kid alone with this, right? Don't look at my E flat major paperwork. It'll make you. It'll cause you to grow a mustache. All right, Cindy. Love the baritone version too. Yeah, they say, and I'm not saying I don't love the baritone version. I just like the ukulele version a little better because it was originally written that way. I like the E flat arpeggio. Yeah, awesome. Good. Love it that you guys are down. You're gonna get more. I mean, we got 17 more left to go, so you're gonna get them all. And you'll notice I moved the remainder over into the member section. Again, we're just trying to sort of promote people going over to the member section a little bit. I don't think the price is outlandish, and I think I want to now really focus in on giving you everything, right? And so that means modern music. So all right, Pauline is in. Good. Ronnie, thumbs up. Oh yeah, give me a thumbs up, guys. Punch that button and punch this subscribe button. Right. Clay, good to see you, buddy. Jacqueline, jealous, good to see you. Bruce, they are good learning tools, guys, and I do believe exactly what Bruce is saying. They're great learning tools, because what's going to happen, you're going to accidentally know all of the chords, all of the positions. You're going to stop worrying overly much about what the name of that chord is. You're just going to know that shape goes with this shape, and it's going to be pretty cool, especially now that we're doing baritone and ukulele. It'll just be a series of muscle memory, and you'll be like, wow, I know how to play. I know how to make music, right? And then the next thing is to get you writing your own music, and pretty soon you're picking up a Grammy. Anybody that gets a Grammy that's taking my class has to thank me. That's all I have to say. You just have to go, shout out to Gary. That's what you have to do. Michelle, good to see you. Carol, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Nancy, Henry made a cameo appearance if you were late. Henry. I'm covered in cat hair right now. Cindy. Moonglow's coming, Cindy. I promise. It's so close. I got a couple places that are just putting me to sleep, and in a bad, like killing me, putting me to sleep. So patience, grasshopper. I know you're excited about it, and I want it to be good, and so I'm gonna get it good. I'm gonna get it right, and as you guys know, those jazz pieces are a whole nother level of crazy. Lynn, thanks, Lynn. Good to see ya. Talk to you tomorrow. Amy, have a great day. Sandy, thanks for being here, Amy. Tin Pan. I know. All the Tin Pan Alley going forward, I have to type in, which is fun. I have to start from scratch. I had a ton of it that was already done, right? I just had to clean it up a little bit. But for going forward, I actually have to type stuff in, which I'm thrilled about. I have stacks and stacks of Tin Pan Alley music all over the place. Lots of songs I've heard of, a bunch of songs I haven't heard of. The one I'm working on right now is called The Ghost of the Ukulele, and it's in 3 different parts, and it's got some pretty crazy stuff in it, and so I don't know if that'll be the next one we do, but it's been fun to work on, so it's on its way, Amy. We may not be able to do every Tuesday as Tin Pan Alley Tuesday, but we'll do a bunch of them. All right. Cindy says, yeah, just skip the hard stuff. Yeah, that's the problem, you guys, is you all got good. Normally, for years, I taught, I'll just skip the hard stuff, right? Nobody's that great of a ukulele player. I don't need to really do the hard stuff. And then all of a sudden, one day, everybody got good, and I'm like, oh, shoot. Now I have to actually work. All right, I'm have a meeting with Debbie over. We're going to sit inside of a Panera. So I'm probably risking my life to go see Debbie and make plans for the fall. So those of you who know Debbie know that I better get going and I better be there on time. Otherwise, there's a discussion about my character. So I better get going. Guys, good to see all of you. Warren, thanks so much for being here. I hope you can get some. Take a pill, Warren. I don't know, man. Warren. It's such a mixed blessing to see you. I love having you here, but I also know you're here not necessarily because you want to be. Thanks for being here, buddy. Linda, glad you didn't do Satin Doll without me. Yeah, we're gonna give Satin Doll has actually came together much better than Moonglow. And we'll have Mac the Knife. I told you guys last night we're gonna do Mac the Knife. Dum dum. It's pretty cool. All right, Cindy. I know you are, Cindy. You and I have a hard time not running each other down, but I know. I'm grateful for you for giving me the opportunity to tackle Moonglow. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.